just want to talk for a second. It's your boy Laughs. I made all that looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. But I want to talk about this Sanjay Gupta and Joe Rogan conversation. And because I want to go full sail theory. Let's go all theoretical, no intro, no interest, all that. I had the intro as the outro to keep it 99 just to do it like that. But I want to talk about this Joe Rogan, Sanjay Gupta, this conversation. And I don't want to talk about the conversation. I really don't. I don't. Wherever you believe, and all that stuff. But I want to talk about how stuff is now phrased, how the internet does it, how the media does it, how it's clicks, right? How it's all for clicks. And I'm not talking about Joe Rogan or Sanjay. I'm talking about the way it's portrayed now, right? Right now we have a situation where this individual, right? This guy, Joe Rogan, has this opinion on vaccinations, right? He doesn't think they should be mandated. Same thing as Kyrie. They don't think it should be this. It shouldn't be for kids. It shouldn't be for that. Okay. Sanjay, medical field, we believe this. This is what I believe. I'm willing to go on your show. We can discuss. We can talk. I respect it. I respect both of them for doing it. But the problem comes in when you have intermediaries, right? So I go on Twitter. And the first thing I notice is how they cut up the whole show. I don't want to really just showcase his show on my thing, but I want to talk about the Joe Rogan experience. Let's talk about how they take pieces of what Joe says, right? That CNN, they lied. Sanjay even said, I don't know why they told you that. So CNN lied is confirmed. CNN does that. Fox News lies too. All of them lie because they're trying to paint a narrative. They take bits and pieces of what someone says. It happened with Dave Chappelle. They take bits and pieces. They put it in a nice bow. They make a caption for you. They write it. They articulate this one point of what you said. And in this one interview, you just go on Twitter right after it came out, and you can see how it's done, right? When Sanjay says something that go against the anti-vax people, right? When he said it, it basically like, oh, everybody on the left like, look, he outsmarted Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is, I told you shouldn't listen to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's not smart, blah, 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 blah. Then you have Joe Rogan when he expressed his points of view. Of course, he got him to admit it lied. They lied. He can't deny that. But when he expressed his point of view, right? When he came out and expressed himself, all of a sudden you get this RightWing Side who only take the points that Joe Rogan won on Twitter. They took his points that he won on and just went with it. They basically cut off almost anything Sanjay had, just like the other side basically cut off anything Joe had. Any good points people have, they cut it off. By the way, that's been done on YouTube for a long time. A lot of your favorite YouTubers are liberal or conservative, from the Young Turks to Clay Travis and all them. They will take certain Ben Shapiro and them used to. They will take arguments they want and upload it and cut it out in their YouTube. And I figured it out watching the video because I can tell when it's cut and it's like different question. Like, okay, so why is every question cut? Why? Because they won the argument. It's constant. Everybody does that. Whatever thing can win your argument, you accentuate it. And everything that can defeat your argument, you lower it. It's actually a brilliant strategy, by the way. It's a brilliant strategy. You magnify things that exude your point, right? We exude our strengths. This is what we want to show you. Show your strength. Okay, I'm good at football. I'm fast. So I'm going to use my speed, right? I might have weaknesses in my game, but we're going to try to hide that, right? Ted Ginn might not could catch as good at football. He couldn't catch it as well. But if we could get him a deep threat, because every time, once in a while he catch it, obviously he's going for the end zone because he had this speed. Again, we're hiding weaknesses. We're accentuating strengths. You do that in businesses. You put people in position where they can exude their strength and hide their weaknesses. And that's basically what the news are. We are liberal leaning, right? We are this organization. We want to showcase this. This is the bad, but we ain't gonna show you the good. The conservatives, this is what we want to show you. This is how we want to present it. Oh, you shouldn't feel bad because you did something illegal or wrong. It's the other side's fault. Liberals, the same thing. When you don't realize, when Hillary lost, she like Donald Trump cheated. A bunch of liberals, yeah, they cheated. Conservatives like, oh, y'all just bad losers. Trump loses. They do the exact same thing, except for probably a little further degree. Guess what? Some conservative win. Liberals gonna do it even to the next degree, and it's gonna keep escalating. It's gonna keep escalating. It's gonna escalate more and more and more and more. Because we gotta outdo each other, right? That's how we win. We be vicious. And at the end of the day, nobody wins, right? Inflation is completely up, right? We're arguing about taxes in which most of the major companies don't even pay. Zell Theory, okay, let's go over. This is Zell Theory. Let's talk about like and subscribe, by the way. If you're enjoying this content, like and subscribe. I got merch link and buy all that. Amazon, liberals, we should raise taxes. I'm conservative. We should lower taxes for more business opportunity. That does nothing. Both. Amazon wins both. Amazon is considered a web page. It's a little web content law in the law, right? That basically what happens is Amazon puts themselves as like basically a web page. It's like a web. You can't tax. It's hard to tax a web page. So they put it in that context, and then ultimately what they do is they say, you make this amount of money through this page you should be making. This is how much money is spent through your page. But Amazon only made this much. Let's go over some random numbers. I'm not going to give you a real number. Let's say $250 billion was spread through Amazon. Amazon make $100 billion. But they say $150 billion we never got because it's consumer to consumer. Therefore, we lost $150 billion. And anytime a business take a loss, it goes off their taxes, which means whether you raise it to 42% or lower it to 27%, Amazon pays zero taxes. That's how business works, right? So that's how this game works. You play this game of Joe Rogan and Sanjay Gupta. They could be best friends. They're not arguing. They're not really arguing. But nothing happens. It means nothing. People that want to be vaccinated gonna get vaccinated. People that don't aren't. There'll be consequences. Years down the road, there might be consequences for getting vaccinated. We don't know yet. Right now, there's consequences. You might lose your job for not being vaccinated. That's consequence. It's not, you have the right to not do it, but if your job requires you to do it and you don't accept that, by law, you should be able, they can fire you. You're not complying to company order. They have certain regulations that they must uphold. If you're in New York, California, the state law requires it. If you're not in Texas, they trying to do a law that says private businesses can't. I don't know if that would work. I think that would be struck down by the base of the law. But anything goes in the world right now because you can't tell people how to mandate their company because that's the whole point of the freedom of thing, right? I think you can mandate, you can. So I don't know how that law works. Y'all tell me in the comments. Let me know in the comments if that law works. By the way, I'm just saying you how we cut up pieces. And some of you only, and ultimately, the last one I want to get to is some of us will only listen to the part we agree with and completely throw away the rest. And that's the biggest problem. This was Zell Theory. It's your boy Halvazell May. Remember to listen to somebody you disagree with. Form your own opinion. Stop being sheep. And by being sheep, I mean stop just listening to your inner circle and people you agree with and completely dismissing what other people think. Because you might be wrong. Or you might be right and then you just solidify you're right. But too many of us, to be honest with you, too many of us live in an echo chamber. Shout out to Joe Rogan again, Sanjay, by the way. I didn't think that would ever happen. Shout out to them for getting together. All right, your boy out. Remember to check in, hit that like and subscribe, merch link, all that stuff. My link's in the bio. This was Zell Theory. I appreciate y'all. Peace.